Hey, Real Green Ninja here. Today we're talking about how to do calculations on your OpenOffice custom proposal master document. So let's begin. So I'm going to assume you're kind of familiar with how to do custom proposals, or what they're called, master link documents. Essentially, in a nutshell, for the people that aren't familiar, and I do recommend watching my video on Crash Course on Custom Proposals. Essentially what you're doing is you're creating a custom document and you're throwing information that's generated from Service Assistant into that document. All right. So like I said, I'm assuming you're kind of familiar with that process. And if you have any questions, like I said, I do got a crash course on it as well. As you can always call Real Green and we can get you started. Now the thing about the custom proposals is that it used to be you could only make them in Microsoft Word. Now OpenOffice is a free alternative to Microsoft Word, and so because of that, for our hosted customers, the people that have that hosted desktop, that cloud environment, we actually installed the OpenOffice for them to be able to use. Now the thing is that if you're using the Word documents, you will need to go and actually research on how to do the calculations on that. And I believe you want to do a search for things called like bookmarks and stuff like that. Okay. So again, because most of the time when we do, help you guys out with custom proposals, we can explain how they work and show you a little bit of how to get the information out of there. But really, in the end, it is up to you to design them yourself. Now, of course, we do have a design department. If you want to call Real Green, they can design one for you and just talk to sales or whoever. All right. But like I was saying, is for the OpenOffice ones in these cloud environments, you can create your document in OpenOffice, and then what you want to do is you're going to give it variables or fields. And again, you can find out in my other video on how to get that information. So if we take a look at my example one here, you'll see I actually have like 7 visits at, and then there's a variable or a placeholder, EXPR price 1. All right. When I create my master document, or when I create my custom proposal for a customer, it's going to take the price that it calculates and plunk it in there. So if you do want to do pricing, though, it does have to be the information, for the custom proposal that would be able to have to calculate. So it would be like a price chart service or something like that. I mean, if you want to get really fancy, you can do something that looks a little bit like, let's see, where was that? There it is. You could design something that looks kind of closer to this. And you'll see there's a whole bunch of variables like for the name and address and so on and so forth. But like I was saying is that when you want to do calculations, what you're going to do is you're going to create a table on your document. So for example, let's say I want to add another table here. And as far as how many rows and columns and all that stuff that you want to do, again, you'll kind of have to play around with it and figure that out. I'm just going to do a default 2 by 2. I click OK there. Now in the table, I might put something like, let's see here, spring treatment. Okay. Now you could even possibly get the variable from the export. Again, custom proposals, crash course on that, we'll be able to give you that information. And then you're going to put your placeholder. So let's say, for example, we're doing, again, just like above, EXPRPRICE 1. Oops, 1. There we go. All right. Now, when we want to do a calculation, what we're going to do is we're going to click in the cell or the box that we want to do the result in, and we're going to push the equal sign on our keyboard, and you'll notice it opens up this bar up here at the top. This is called a formula bar. This is where we can type in, take this number or this field and multiply by that, and so on and so forth. With computers, if you want to multiply, you're going to use the asterisk. If you want to divide, you're going to use the slash. If you want to add, obviously, you're going to use a plus sign. And subtract, you're going to use the hyphen. But let's say, for example, we're setting it up to show the price of the round times 5 because it's a 5-round program and all the rounds are the same price. So I might come over here and say equals this field multiplied by 5. All right. Once I have that in there, I press enter. You'll notice the result is 0. And the reason why is because right now there's no value in that EXPR price 1 placeholder. When we do the export, it's going to calculate, throw it in there, and once it throws it in there, it'll do the multiplication for us. So like I was saying, is you create your document, and I highly recommend that you use it on your own account, like maybe you have yourself in the system to test and try different things, because there's going to be a little bit of trial and error when you're doing this. Once it's in there, you can close it out. Oh, by the way, if you want to put the dollar signs in there, there's a couple different things you can do. One of them is you can create a separate column, have the dollar sign there, and maybe hide the boxes, hide the lines. Or you can right-click and choose, where is that? Formatting. Where's the formatting? I know it's here somewhere. Give me 1 second here. Character, field split. No, there we go. Number format. I was looking for format, but number format. And I told it for that particular one to use currency. All right. So like I was saying is definitely play around with this. But once you create your document, we'll save it. An important thing is you do need to save it in the masters folder. Again, if you're a hosted customer, your masters folder is going to be under computer, the account or the drive with your account number, and then masters, which is right here. If you're a local install where you actually have that main computer at your job site, then your masters folder is going to be in the main SA folder, which is usually on the main server. All right. So again, if you have any questions or need help trying to figure out where that is, definitely give us a call and we can help you out. But like I said, it's usually on the main server. And again, usually we have a folder called SA, and it's your main SA folder. Once you've created the document, you'd go into your customer. And by the way, what's a cool thing is you can actually export reports out to master documents. So you could even do a whole batch if you really wanted to. And let's go back here. Okay, cool, that guy has a size. And then what we're going to do is to do an individual one, I'm going to go to Diagrams and Documents. I'm going to click this little icon to create a new custom document. And because I didn't pick a picture, it says, hey, do you want to continue? Yes. And then up here, I'm going to select my document. All right. Also, I want to link my document, so I'm going to make sure to link it as a PDF, and I'm going to uncheck the skip creation link documents. Again, you might want to watch that crash course on custom proposals to get a little bit more information on how to actually do this in the first place. Over here, this is where I'm going to tell the system I want my variables. Now, because I only have that one price in there, I'm only going to choose my round one price for that particular program. Again, I could have like different prices. You know, maybe if round 1 and 2 are different prices, I might select round 1, round 2. And then it would be EXPR price 2, and so on and so forth. So, but like I said, once I got that document created, I'm going to click OK. It's going to do its processing. Give it a few moments to do its thinking here. Lincoln document completed. Now, when we go into the document, all we have to do is double click, and you'll see that the system was able to export the information out, and you'll see, in this particular customer, it will be $150 for that L1 service. Again, you might have 7 rounds that are all the same price. So again, my calculation, did 7 here, but down here, this is that one that was times 5. So again, if we go back to my original, oh, my help fight, there we go, boom, 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 and then under my original, there it is. Oop. Mouse is jumping around here a little bit. Come on. Oh, give me 1 second. Oh, you know what? I know what I need to do. Give me 1 quick second. Sometimes OpenOffice gets a little stuck, so I'm going to go ahead and kill that real quick here. There we go. And let's try this one more time. There we go. All right, so again, you'll see XPRICE 1 in my example ended up being $150. Multiplied by 7, which again, if you hover over, you'll see where it says C1, which is this field right here, multiplied by 7. Again, came up to 1050. And then also in the one I just created in this video, you'll see, there we go, EXP price 1, which is $150. And again, this equation was times 5. If I need to adjustment, I can click on it, back it off, hit the equal sign, and then do it again. So maybe this is a 6-round one. I can come up here and do times 6. Times 6, there we go. And again, when I export it, we'll take that 150 multiplied by 6 or whatever the calculation would be. So I hope that helps, and you guys have yourself a wonderful day.